everyone. Welcome back to Mr. English Echo. I'm Emma, and with me today is Sam.
Thanks, Emma. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam, and it's always great to be here with you.
Sam, how have you been lately?
I've been good, thanks. Busy week, but I'm excited to sit down and talk today. How about you?
Doing well. And to our listeners, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and stay with us because today's episode will help you sound more natural in everyday English conversations.
That's right. We're diving into one of the biggest beginner struggles, small talk. It looks simple, but it's actually where most learners get stuck.
Exactly. Small talk is like the doorway to connection. If you get it right, people open up. If you get it wrong, the conversation feels awkward. Beginners often don't realize the little mistakes they're making.
One common mistake is giving too much information. Someone asks, "How are you?" And instead of saying, "I'm fine, thanks," the beginner explains their whole day, their problems, even their future plans. That overwhelms the listener.
Yes, small talk is supposed to be light. It's not the place for your life story. Just a short, polite answer works best. Beginners should remember, small talk is like stretching before exercise. It warms you up, but it's not the workout itself.
Another mistake is repeating the same phrase every time. Beginners often say, "I'm fine, thank you," again and again. It sounds robotic. Native speakers mix it up like, "I'm doing well, not bad, pretty good," or "I'm okay, just a bit tired."
That variety makes you sound more natural. It shows you're comfortable with the language. Beginners should practice a few different responses so they don't get stuck in one pattern.
Then there's the issue of asking personal questions too early. Beginners sometimes ask things like, "Why aren't you married?" or "How much money do you make?" They don't realize those are rude in English culture. Small talk should stay safe. Weather, hobbies, food, or simple daily topics.
Yes, cultural awareness is key. In English-speaking countries, small talk is like a polite dance. Keep it light, keep it friendly. If you go too deep or too personal, people feel uncomfortable.
Another mistake is panicking at silence. Beginners think pauses mean failure, but short pauses are normal. You don't have to fill every second with words. Sometimes just smiling or nodding keeps the flow alive.
Exactly. And if you want to restart the conversation, you can use fillers like, "by the way," or "so, what do you think about?" These little phrases are lifesavers.
Listening is another big problem. Beginners focus so much on what they'll say next that they don't hear the other person. Small talk is a two-way street. Listening gives you clues for your next response.
For example, if someone says, "I love Italian food," you can reply, "Oh, really? What's your favorite dish?" That shows interest and keeps the conversation flowing.
Pronunciation mistakes also cause trouble. Beginners mispronounce common words like coffee, restaurant, or weather. That can confuse the listener. Practicing pronunciation of everyday words makes small talk smoother.
Yes, even if grammar isn't perfect, clear pronunciation helps people understand you. Beginners should focus on the words they use most often in small talk.
And speaking of grammar, beginners worry too much about it. They try to make every sentence perfect, and that slows them down. Small talk doesn't need perfection, it needs confidence.
Absolutely. If you say, "I go park yesterday," people will still understand. What matters is your smile, your tone, and your willingness to engage.
Body language is another missing piece. Beginners forget to smile, make eye contact, or nod. Without it, even good words feel cold.
Yes, body language is the secret ingredient. Practice not just words, but gestures. It makes the conversation more human.
So to sum up, beginner mistakes in small talk include giving too much information, repeating phrases, asking personal questions, panicking at silence, not listening, mispronouncing words, worrying too much about grammar, and forgetting body language.
And the good news is, all of these can be fixed with practice. Small talk is about connection, not perfection. Beginners just need to relax, listen, and enjoy the moment.
You know, Emma, what really surprises me is how beginners underestimate the power of small talk. They think it's just filler, but in reality, it's the bridge to deeper connections. If you can handle small talk well, people trust you more and open up faster.
That's so true. And here's the thing. Small talk isn't just about words. It's about showing interest in the other person. Beginners often forget that the goal is not to impress, but to connect. Even a simple, "that sounds interesting," can make the other person feel valued.
Exactly. And let's be honest, beginners sometimes feel shy or nervous. They worry about making mistakes, so they avoid small talk altogether. But skipping small talk means missing opportunities. Imagine being at a party or in a classroom. You can't just stay silent. Small talk is your entry ticket.
Right, and the good news is small talk can be practiced. Beginners should start with safe topics, weather, food, hobbies, or even simple compliments like, "I like your jacket." These are easy, non-threatening, and they open the door to longer conversations.
Another tip is to prepare a few go-to questions. For example, what do you usually do on weekends? Or have you tried any new restaurants lately? These questions are light, but they give the other person room to share. Beginners should keep a mental list of such questions.
Yes, and when you ask, don't forget to listen. Beginners sometimes fire off questions like a checklist without reacting to the answers. That makes the conversation feel mechanical. Instead, respond naturally. If someone says, "I went hiking," you can say, "Oh, really? Where did you go?" That shows genuine interest and keeps the conversation flowing.
And here's a secret. Native speakers often use humor in small talk. Beginners don't need to tell jokes, but they can smile, laugh lightly, or make playful comments. For example, if it's raining, you can say, "Looks like the sky is crying today." It's simple, but it makes the conversation more fun.
That's a great point. Humor makes you memorable. And beginners should remember, small talk doesn't have to be serious. It's okay to be lighthearted. Just keep it polite and friendly.
Another mistake beginners make is ending small talk too abruptly. They say, "Okay, bye," without a transition. Native speakers usually close small talk with a soft landing like, "Anyway, it was nice talking to you," or "Hope you have a great day." That makes the conversation feel complete.
Yes, closing is important. It leaves a positive impression. Beginners should practice polite endings so they don't sound rushed or awkward. It's like shaking hands before leaving. It shows respect.
And let's not forget confidence. Beginners often speak too quietly or mumble. Small talk needs a clear, friendly tone. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, confidence makes people want to talk to you.
Absolutely. Confidence is contagious. If you sound relaxed, the other person feels relaxed too. Beginners should practice speaking out loud, even alone, to build that confidence.
You know, Emma, I think small talk is like planting seeds. Each short conversation is a seed that can grow into friendship, networking, or even career opportunities. Beginners shouldn't underestimate it.
Beautifully said, Sam. And to our listeners, don't be afraid of small talk. Practice it, enjoy it, and use it as a tool to connect. Remember, every big conversation starts with something small.
You know, Sam, one thing I've noticed is that beginners often think small talk is only for casual situations. But in reality, it shows up everywhere. At work, in school, even in professional interviews. If you can't handle small talk, you risk sounding distant or unfriendly.
Exactly. Imagine meeting a new colleague. If you jump straight into serious topics without a little small talk, it feels cold. A simple, "How was your weekend?" or "Did you catch the game last night?" makes the atmosphere lighter. Beginners should realize small talk is part of professional success too.
That's so true. And here's another mistake beginners make. They memorize textbook dialogues. They say things like, "Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you." It sounds stiff, almost like a robot. Real small talk is flexible. You adapt to the situation.
Right. For example, if you're at a coffee shop, you can say, "This place smells amazing, doesn't it?" That's natural. It connects to the environment. Beginners should learn to notice their surroundings and use them as conversation starters.
Yes, observation is a powerful tool. Beginners often forget to look around. Small talk doesn't have to come from your head, it can come from what's happening around you. That makes it authentic.
Another tip is to use compliments, but beginners sometimes overdo it. They say, "You look beautiful," 10 times in one conversation. That feels forced. A better way is to give small, specific compliments. "I like your shoes," or "That's a nice notebook." It feels genuine.
Exactly. Compliments should be natural, not rehearsed, and they should connect to the moment. Beginners should remember, one sincere compliment is better than many empty ones.
And let's talk about tone. Beginners sometimes speak too formally in small talk. They use words like "therefore" or "moreover." That makes the conversation heavy. Small talk should be casual. Use simple words like "anyway" or "by the way."
Yes, tone matters. Beginners should practice sounding relaxed. Even if the topic is simple, the way you say it makes a difference. A friendly tone can turn a short chat into a pleasant memory.
Another mistake is forgetting to show curiosity. Beginners sometimes answer questions but don't ask back. For example, if someone says, "I love reading," they reply, "Oh, okay," and stop. That kills the conversation. Instead, ask, "What kind of books do you enjoy?" That keeps the flow alive.
Absolutely. Small talk is like playing catch. You throw the ball back. Beginners should remember to keep the exchange balanced. If you only answer and never ask, the conversation feels one-sided.
And here's something important. Small talk builds confidence for bigger conversations. Beginners who practice small talk daily find it easier to give presentations, interviews, or speeches. It's like training your brain to stay calm while speaking English.
That's a great point. Small talk is practice in disguise. Every short chat is a mini lesson. Beginners should treat it as training, not pressure. And to our listeners, try one small talk conversation today. Even a short, "How's your day going?" can make a difference.
Yes, and don't worry if it feels awkward at first. Everyone struggles in the beginning. The key is consistency. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
You know, Sam, the more we talk about this, the more I realize small talk is like the foundation of communication. Beginners often think it's just a side skill, but it's actually the first impression you give to the world.
Exactly, and first impressions matter. If your small talk feels awkward, people may assume you're not confident. But if your small talk feels natural, they'll want to keep talking to you. Beginners should see it as their chance to shine.
That's right. And here's something important. Small talk is not about being perfect. It's about being present. Beginners should focus less on grammar and more on connection. A smile, a nod, or a simple, "That's interesting," can do wonders.
Yes, and practice is the key. Beginners should challenge themselves to start one small talk conversation every day. It could be with a classmate, a colleague, or even a stranger at the bus stop. Each attempt builds confidence.
And don't forget, mistakes are part of the journey. If you say something wrong, laugh it off and keep going. People appreciate honesty and effort. Small talk is forgiving.
Absolutely. And here's a tip for our listeners. Record yourself practicing small talk. Listen to your tone, your pace, and your pronunciation. It's like holding up a mirror to your English. Beginners will see where they can improve.
That's a great exercise. And to everyone listening, remember, small talk is not small at all. It's the first step to building friendships, opportunities, and confidence in English.
Well said, Emma. And before we wrap up, let's give our audience a quick challenge. Try starting a small talk conversation today. Ask someone about their weekend, comment on the weather, or give a simple compliment. Then notice how the conversation flows.
Yes, and share your experience with us in the comments. We'd love to hear how your small talk practice goes. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode.
Exactly. Stay connected, keep practicing, and remember, every big conversation starts with something small.
Thanks for joining us today. This was Mr. English Echo, helping you sound natural and confident in English. See you next time.